The Seven Tablets of Creation, Tablet 6. On hearing the words of the gods, the heart of Marduk moved him to carry out the work of a craftsman. He opened his mouth. He spoke to Ea, that which he had planned in his heart. He gave counsel, saying, I will solidify blood, I will form bone, I shall set up, man shall be his name, I will create man. The service of the gods shall be established, and I will set them free. I will make twofold the ways of the gods, and I will beautify them. They are now grouped together in one place, but they shall be partitioned into two. Ea answered, and spoke a word unto him for a consolation of the gods. He repeated unto him a word of counsel, saying, Let one brother, god of their number, be given. Let him suffer destruction, that man may be fashioned. Let the great gods be assembled. Let this chosen one be given in order, that they, the other gods, may be established. Marduk assembled the great gods. He came near. Graciously he issued a decree. He opened his mouth. He addressed the gods. The king spoke a word unto the Anunnaki, saying, Verily, that which I spoke unto you aforetime was true. This time also I speak truth. Some there were who opposed me. Who was it that created the strife? Who caused Tiamat to revolt, to join battle with me? Let him who created the strife be given as sacrifice. I will cause the axe, in the act of sinking, to do away his sin. The great gods, the Asagila, answered him, unto the king of the gods, of heaven and of earth, the prince of the gods, their lord, they said, It was King U who created the strife, who made Tiamat to revolt, to join battle with thee. They bound him in fetters, they brought him before Ea. They inflicted punishment upon him, they let his blood. From his blood, he, Ea, fashioned mankind for the service of the gods, and he set the gods free. After Ea had fashioned man, he laid service upon him. For that work which pleased him not, man was chosen. Marduk, the king of the gods, divided. He set the Anunnaki up on high. He laid down for Anu a decree that protected his heart as a god. He made twofold the ways of the earth and in the heavens. They spoke a word unto Marduk, their lord, saying, O thou moon god, Ninazu, who has established our splendor, what benefit have we conferred upon thee? Come, let us make a shrine, whose name shall be renowned. Come at night, our time of festival, let us take ease therein. Come, the staff shall rule. On the day we reach thereto, we will take our ease therein. On hearing this, Marduk said something. The features of his face shone like the day exceedingly. He said, like unto Babylon, the construction whereof ye desire. I will make a city, I will fashion a splendid shrine. The Anunnaki made the mold for making bricks. In the second year, the shrine was as high as a hill, and the summit of Esagila reached the celestial ocean. This would be Jacob's ladder, and Marduk would be Jacob. The god of the illustrious mound is none other than Zu, symbolic for the mountain where he landed. They made the ziggurat to reach the celestial ocean. Unto Marduk, Enlil, Ea, shrines were appointed. For example, the ziggurat stood before them majestically. At the bottom and at the top, they observed its two horns. After the Anunnaki had finished the construction of Esagila and had completed the making of their shrines, they gathered together from them of the ocean, the Apsu in Bama, the abode which they had made. He, Marduk, made the gods, his fathers, to take their seats, saying, "This Babylon shall be your abode. No mighty one shall destroy his house. The great gods shall dwell therein." After line 53, the middle portions of several lines of text are obliterated, but from what remains, it is clear that the gods partook in a meal of consecration, and then proceeded to issue decrees. Next, Marduk assigns seats to the 7 gods of fate, and to Enlil and Anu. And then he sets up in Esagila the famous bow which he had bore during his fight against Tiamat. When the text again becomes connected, we find the gods singing a hymn of praise to Marduk. Whatever is, those gods and goddesses shall bear. They shall cleave to the god. They shall make bright. They shall make shrines. Verily, the decision concerning the black-headed belong to the gods. All our names they have called. Marduk is most holy, Eli. They proclaimed and venerated his names. His is exceedingly bright. His work is Marduk, whose father, Anu, proclaimed his name from birth, who has set the day at his door, his going, by whose help the storm wind was bound, delivered the gods, his fathers, in the time of trouble. Verily, the gods have proclaimed his sonship. In his bright light, let them walk forever. The 7 are one. On men who he has formed, the created things, fashioned with his fingers, he has imposed the service of the gods. And them he has set free, the Anunnaki, the 7. They looked at him. He is the far-seeing Maruku god, who has made glad the hearts of the Anunnaki, who has made them too. The god Ma'uduku. Verily, he is the object of trust of his country. Let men praise him. The king of the protecting heart has risen and has bound the serpent. broad in his heart, mighty in his belly, King of the gods, of heaven and of earth, whose name our company has proclaimed. We will fulfill the utterance of his mouth over his fathers, the gods, yea, over the gods of heaven and earth, all of them. His kingship we shall exalt. We will look unto the King of all heaven and the earth. At night, when the place of all the gods is darkness, literally meaning sadness or negative energy, he has assigned our dwellings in heaven and in earth in a time of trouble. He has allotted stations to the Agigi and the Anunnaki. The gods themselves are magnified by his name. May he direct their sanctuaries. Azalodog is his name by which his father Anu had named him. Verily, he is the light of the gods, who divided all the parts of the heaven and of the land. By a mighty combat he saved our dwelling in the time of trouble. The God who made him, for example man, to live, did the God call him in the second place. And the gods who had been formed, whom he fashioned as though they were his offspring. He is the Lord, who has made all the gods to live by his holy mouth. Lines 132 to 139 are too fragmentary to translate, but it is clear from the text that remains, and this would be why it was removed. We find that Lakmu and Lakamu and Anshar are all proclaimed as the names of Marduk. When the text again becomes connected, Marduk has just been addressing the gods. In Upshu Kanaku, he appointed the council for them. They said, of our son, the hero, the avenger, we shall exalt the name by our speech. They sat down, and in their assembly proclaimed his rank. Every one of them pronounced his name in the sanctuary. Please hit that notification bell to ensure that you are notified of each upload. Share, like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. For more Mythology 7 documentaries.